Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War with me, your host, Luckymarine, the Union campaign. I thought there was only one in this stage, this one leader battle, but there's one right down here. I think this was somebody's march to the sea thing that they did. I don't know. That might have been before all this. I think this was at the very end. I think this has already been accomplished. Essentially splitting the Confederate position into. So we'll go in order of date. 15th of June, March, no. Oh, you're following, yeah. So it's like Harrison's Creek first. I just point that we also have 100 influence, which is good for a morale boost. However, let's get some free stuff. Fleshed out all of our divisions, all of our corps, and we'll still have considerable amount of money, considerable amount of men, which is nice. So let's get some Whitworths. This would make more sense. This is the upgraded rifle that I've been trying to trickle down. So the whole of the 1st Division and the 1st Corps has them. And then it moves down to the Springfield 61s. And then eventually Harper's Ferry's 55s. A few more Springfields chucked in there. So the worst rifle people have, I think, is now Harper's Ferry. What's this? Nope, you've still got a few of the Springfield 55s knocking about. Okay, we've got one Springfield 55. Can we swap you out? That's a lot of money. No, we'll be fine with that. Yeah, I'll be fine with that. So what are we buying then? Spencer rifles, Spencer carbine. What? How is that on the scale of rifles? Why are you not on this list? Melee drops dramatically as does efficiency. Reloading goes up. Fire rate of 176 to fire rate of 150. So these are more like, I think, are these the ones that those cavalry units were using in the last fight? Where's our cav? They worked to such good effect that I think I'm going to swap our cav out. Instead of being... Where are you? I know you're around here somewhere. Did we get rid of our cavalry unit? Or am I just being blind? No skirmishers. Nope, gone. Where's it gone? We had one cavalry unit. And it has gone. I know that it got involved in a battle and it surrendered. Maybe if it surrenders you just don't have it anymore. Well, that'd be pretty good. If that's the case, then that is really good actually. Alright. Let's get a cavalry brigade going. And let's give them Spencer carbines. They worked to such a good effect in the last fight that they've swung my opinion. Plus, oh Dylan, you silly cat, come on then. Knocking things off my desk in an attempt to get on my knee. Come on, silly. They worked to such a good effect in the last fight that I'm going to be swung here. We're going to get the Spencer carbines. But the Whitworths though, no. There's not enough Whitworths for my liking, unless. There's already 239 in the shop. You're going to give us another 250. A lot of Whitworths. We'll order the Spencer carbines. We'll swap your rifles out. Do I have to move around screens a little bit for them to get into the shop? Where's the Whitworth? I was looking at these. Damn you. Well, messed that one up, didn't we? I thought we were going to have enough to outfit the whole 500 here. Oh well, what's your range? 600, what's your range? 600. We can get 2 skirmish units at 250 each. With... Alright, 250 of them. And 230 of these.
Sir, yes, sir!
So these have a range of 600 yards each. Massive range. These don't have the reloading. But that it's just about keeping people at arm's length. These will be able to fire on fools without getting fired back at. But we'll be quite protective of these. And then a cav brigade with the Spencer carbines. We'll use a cav brigade for these because you can get 750 of them, as opposed to the skirmishers where you can only get 500. We'll just dismount these guys. And that, I think, is going to be it. We'll have a look at the next battle that comes along. It is Harrison's Creek. If we use 3 cores, then we'll use 3 cores. If it's just using 2 cores, then I will split what is in the 3rd core. Oh yeah, back camp. I'll create a 4th division in the 2nd core. We'll check these guys in. Alright, Panda. You don't need a Brigadier General. Let's swap you out and at least have a little bit of command going on. A division command. I can give you a colonel. Alright, so that's imparted a little bit more command. If these guys take any losses, we're just not going to be able to give them any more weapons. Anyway, let's go. Harrison Creek. Start. General Butler, commander of the Union Army of the James, became aware that the Confederate troops had been moving north to reinforce Lee in the Battle of Cold Harbor, leaving defences of Petersburg vulnerable. Petersburg. There's Battle of Harrison's Creek, but I think this counts towards the final. I think it's the final Battle of Richmond. Petersburg is currently the most important supply centre for Lee's army and the Confederate capital, so Butler took advantage of the situation and moved to besiege the town, as Butler forces a blockade of the town. 2 of your corps are needed to storm its eastern defences. If Petersburg is captured, then Richmond will be cut off, and we'll be able to deliver the final strike to the rebel capital and end this bloody war. As far as I can tell, they didn't want a protracted siege of Richmond, so they tried to cut it off as much as they could. Taking into consideration the defensive battles that Lee had forced upon the Union up to this point, where you could see the beginnings of World War I style trench warfare starting to happen, or in its embryonic stage. I don't think they wanted things like that. It would have lasted for months. Despite Butler's initial success to the east of Petersburg, while the city was almost undefended, he decided to start a siege and wait for your troops. That looks like a horrific place to hit. It's left an opportunity for the rebels to reorganize the defences of Harrison Creek. I would like to see more of an advantage to height. As far as I can tell, you don't get it's not perceptible, I should say, being above the enemy in terms of height. It doesn't really increase your range. I think it should, just a little bit, just enough to count, just enough to make hills strategic. And at Port Creek. In order to take the lead, resume the assault and break Confederate defensive line. It will probably end up coming up here. Hello, what's this? General Kautz, and his sounds German. It would appear there was what was the number again? 230,000 Germans fought on the side of the Union, as dispatched with his cavalrymen to ride undetected behind several hills and valleys and reach the outer Confederate line. So like an uber flanking attack, but not quite flanking. He's going to end up here, so we're going to end up sandwiching this line here. This is going to be the break point, and it looks like it's meant to be the break point. Wow, that second defensive line, that's going to be horrendous to get past. That's all marsh, so walking ourselves up here and trying to get around the flank of here. I don't know. I don't think so. And I think we're going to be stuck there. I don't think we can cross here. Well, what an interesting dilemma. We'll chuck you lot just in there. Covered. Again, we'll get we'll get skirmishers out. Get our eyes on the ground. See where everything is. Probably defences, but we will probably try and smash our way through where it appears to be weak. miss. Let's get you over this way. I'll see what's in this defensive ground right there. I don't know. Yeah, we can't get past that. Alright, so Summers and probably Kelly will take skirmishers from you and we'll push them out. Into forward positions. Walton. If nothing else, we'll just get a view on what we're facing. Looks like they've been reinforced. Still not been seen, still not been seen. Still not been seen. Oh, good work. Can you two fire on this? Nope. How much closer do you need to get? What are you? 24 pounders. 12 pound. What are the ones in front? Right, so you can hit the cannon. You can't, but we can have you hitting Boyd. We'll have a similar affair going on over here. Looks like some of our reinforcements have arrived. Fits you, Mersey, and yeah, that's enough. At some point, we get people over here arrive. Sorry if you can hear that heavy breathing. Oh yeah, that's my cat. I think he might have gone to sleep. Once we end up with reinforcements here, we'll start moving these guys around to take advantage of what looks like, I can't imagine it'd be undefended. There'll be, if there's almost 3,000 over here, there'll be 3,000 here as well. Franklin and Woods, where the hell are you going? Yep, let's not go too mental. We pulled back for a reason. Can we focus fire on these guys? Focus fire on the cannon, even. Maybe you can. What about you? What are you? So 4-pounders. Yeah, you'll need to move forward just a little bit. What are you? And how are we getting on up here? Our cavalry managed to break through. Good. I'll set these guys up first, and then no, we'll go have a look at this. Right, best thing to do with cavalry is to get them off the horses. Rebel cavalry spotted. That's fair enough. Also we can get ourselves... Nope, there's going to be far too many people for that. So we can get ourselves in these woods. Get you in the center of them. Also, try and take out Chew whilst we're there. Come on. Oh, even more people. Cannon, no less. And let's move up on that position. With you ahead of them. What are these? £10 power guns. Alright, just set up there. Come on, Spencer. Oh, if we can take out Hampton. That would be nice. Try cut Hampton off. It probably come into these cannons to try and give them a bit of a pet talk. And let's keep pressing on. Can't keep moving. Right, focus fire on one of these cavalry units. I wonder if you can take him out. This guy will have the range. Definitely have the range. Alright. Let's get across into these woodlands fairly quickly. Come on. Ah, that was unfortunate. Back into the woods. And let's continue pressing against this line, yeah. 2,430 odd. Keep pressing. No, not them. If we can snaffle the supplies, then we can at least deny their cannons. I'll keep going. You're still firing into them. Yeah, let's press these. Press these cavalry out of these woods. We'll get access to the rear of Barton. And once he turns and faces, we'll smash through with the 10,000 that are waiting at the bottom of the hill. No, stop. Just run there. While I capture them supplies. Alright, let's get you to fall back. Could really do you falling back now. That's not good. Turn around. Stop trying to chase people that are outside your range. Might get lucky with an artillery shot. Come on, Spencer, get out of there. Spear even. Alright, so disengage, turn around, one parting shot. Oh wow, no. Stop. Cannons. Yep, let's push you to the front. Everyone else, no, just chill out. And supply wagon. Might as well get you involved in some respect as well, if we can. About there will do. And Greg, chill out. Another few shots on them before they go, maybe? Now we're getting awfully close. Oh well. Who are you firing at? What is this? Can you name it Hampton? We might get lucky with a random artillery ball. Doubt it. Okay, spear. You both got the same rifle. What's this? Spotting plus 10. We'll put you in those woods. Bring you around here. Actually no, we're going to need you in there, are we? To protect this flank of what will be this attack. How are you seen? I don't know. Anyway, on we go. We have a button to harass. There are people in front of us, but we can't see them. Why are we so blind? Alright, so they've all turned and faced. Let's start the march. Sure, there are people in these woods somewhere. Almost certain of it. Again, these are the limit of the range, but you never know, we might get lucky. If nothing else will distract bottom, and he can fire into things in full cover as opposed to firing into us. We're going to be but Hobson, what are you doing there? It's a good job we have not been spotted. Did any other cannons make it onto the field? Would appear not. When you back on the flank of them. And we'll press spear up. There's a lot of supplies here. Is it? Reinforcements. Reinforcements for whom? Alright, bottom. Woods. I'll put straight in these woods here, along with the other cannon that made onto the field here. Just one cannon? Might have just been one cannon. Alright, let's move you up to this crossroads here. We might be able to get counter battery fire onto Chew, probably Chew, maybe even Hayes. Excellent. We need to continue to harass them. Offer a screen for the bulk of our forces. Go on, continue the route. Good. Something like that. Let's try and dislodge these cannons. Push you up into there, you a little bit further up. I've managed to get into these woods without much effort. Without that many casualties. Highly doubt in this time frame we're going to take both the points. Let's get these routed. Nope. Need to back in that. It's amazing they haven't been flanked here. Don't know what these are set to, but it would appear they're set to just dumb. They've been set out of range of things, and they've just turned to face, and that has been it. Well, just fall back. If we hit Lewis, we're going to get flanked by Boyd. If we hit Boyd, we're going to get flanked by Lewis. Try and take him out whilst he's there. How are you spotted? Alright, pull back. So I managed to dislodge some of these cannons. We're still taking pot shots at enemy command. It's fair enough. I'll push you in beside them. Push you in behind Nix. Again, these are troops that don't belong to us. Really? I expect being able to push them out. Oh well, we'll take it. Okay, let's press you right behind them. What kind of condition you at? Come on guys, you've only been walking. Not exactly line infantry. Sorry about that. It's not exactly line infantry, but they're also not ours. You may not. Yeah, fair enough. Let's get... What if I just click there? You three and behind the initial three that we've got stacked up. Oh, we're gonna have stacked up. And the rest of you. Sort of there. Stray, we can probably push you up here. When you're running into those houses. So you're running onto the point. What are you doing? Hold that position. Hold that position. It's painful, I know, but it's needed. If you're taking the brunt, then why not? Alright. Time to swap out here for our main units. We'll come across Barton, Cooper. They're going to need ranked volley fire in order to break them. I'll concentrate on Hampton. Let's get you in a position where you can impart some morale on these guys. Cannons have routed. Let's press through with mix. That'll open up space for Kelly to get shots into the side of Cooper, but it should also draw some fire. West. Let's bring you around the side as well. Again, try and draw fire. How are you blocked there? You can't be blocked, come on. I'll give them the dues. The hardy little bastards. You use to hold that position. I know you've got urea to Cooper, however. Should be able to sort that out fairly soon. Also, let's start getting these marching up this road. It's unfortunate that it turned into melee. I'd like to have squished them a little bit further around just to turn Barton's flank to Garfield, but that works as well. He's still trying to take pot shots, Hampton. Yep. And let's walk this line. Just a little bit further up. Ashmore, actually. And Wood and Barton into these woods. This doesn't look good at all. Trying to smash our way through this to the second point. That looked horrific. How are we going to do this? Another flanking maneuver, I think. It's not going to be pretty. And if the map changes, we might end up losing these troops, just because that's what happens. Ashmore, let's bring you across here as well. We've already got these guys supporting into this area. We'll push it this side. Spears. Let's get you pressed into these woods here. Order donk. You're doing right there, actually. Let's get across this road. Alright, so Cooper's been dislodged. Let's press beyond mix. And a run. So they don't inhabit these woods anymore. Let's press you into the side of Lewis, maybe? Let's get you up into that gap. What's going on here? Good. Don't run away though, I need to press that advantage. Again. Keep pressing. Melee with whom? Melee exactly with whom? I don't know. Can we take out Gardner? I have to say, Mix has done some epic work for us. I didn't quite make it. Fair enough. Give it a good go. I want you back. I want you into the flank of Barton. I want you into... too much work. Too much work for just one unit. Rebel reinforcements arrived as well. Let's press you two into these woods. Can we take out Kemper? Would it be enough? No. Really? Why are you rushing out of a defensive position? There's counter-attacking and then there's being silly. Wow, okay, yeah, that's a counter-attack. Let's hold these woods instead. May pull Nagel back. Although he is routing, therefore that's going to expose Kemper. Go on, flank it shot. Seems to be doing alright here. Famous last words and all that. Alright, so we've got these to route quite significantly. How are we going on here? Manson. Let's get you involved. Cannons. You as well. We'll have a battery field here. Scavengers, go back to your original unit. I'm sure they'll be delighted to have you. Need you up here as well. I think that's it. We're all moving. We'll get our supplies into this field as well. We'll get McClellan involved. It's probably about time to stop pressing this flank. Nagel's doing a great job there. Guthrie, let's push you ever so slightly. That's right, let's get you around this corner. I'd like you to be running because we need to counter this charge. Washburn. Let's try to get you on the side. Where's Mix go? Where's he gone? He might have finally died. Maybe. Oh, well, he did a good job. What are we opening up here? Can we get random shots on you? Who are you aiming at? This guy here. I used to continue. I found that they travel faster in this kind of column formation, ever so slightly. So if we want to get here, but if I was to click here, they'd start spreading out, and they move slower through this forest. If you click beyond the objective, we'll continue column all the way up to about here, and we'll just stop them once they get to where we need them to be. How are we getting on? Here. Let's get you lot. There's a second line of defense. I almost want to pull back this line to draw these guys out to weaken their center so we can get in behind them. If they're here, then they're not on the point. We'll see how things develop. Savage is taking a bit of a hammering, however. Actually, no, these guys aren't even seen yet. Don't know if he needs to. Let's bring it back just a bit. There you go, Garfield, let's bring you back as well. Again, Ashmore, let's step you back as well. We'll try and draw them out into this space so that they are away from this point when we sweep round that corner. Hopefully, that's the idea. Whether it works or not is another thing entirely. Major General August Coutts is killed. That's right, he was the dude that was here, actually. The general that was here. That did this flanking maneuver. Did really good work. Well, his men did really good work. Right. And you pressed up to there. You continue moving. You continue moving. These guys have been spotted now. Let's make sure that these skirmishers that we're trying to get into the flank of these, it's to the flank of our flanking maneuver. Don't get there. Yeah, and the more we pull back, the more we're drawing out them out of the centre. Hubbard, I want you in these woods. Wallen, these woods. It's definitely time to start running. Go on, we've saved your condition till now. When you're running up there, keys on you in these woods. This needs to be blitzkrieg type attack. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Yeah, I must be able to. Let's cut these cav off from trying to support the rest of their dudes. How are we getting on down here? We're doing alright. I think they've now caught in two minds whether to push out to us and to actually support this flank. Last thing I want is these cannons being set up over here. There are already many cannons. Last thing we need is for them to be squished further and further back, just let loose, and then just be a massive concentration around here. We'll get rid of them whilst we can. Go on, Hubbard. Keep pressing this. Come on, you must have died there. Again, keys, need you to keep that up. Ashmore. Let's run you up into the side of Crawley. Huh. You go back to your unit. Let's push you into the battery field with some supplies. Come on, keep pressing. Don't let them don't give them any time to get their shit together. For want of a better phrase. Alright, so we've taken out that cannon unit. Let's turn around, try to take out this one. Concentrated fire from Keith and Walton should rid us of that. Come on, keep pressing. Take out Gardner if you must. Again, an important target. Nope. The reason why I'm concentrating on the cannons is because they do massive morale damage. If you can get rid of them before they can sort their lives out and turn around and canister you, then I think it's a good thing. Now, cannons don't do a lot of damage. You'll never see... You might do. There'll be like, on the list of your career battles, there'll be 2 or 3 battles where cannon have done a lot of damage. I'm talking ranked in the thousands of kills. And that's fair enough. But for the majority of the battles, your cannons are going to be the mainstay of your killing force. That's going to be your infantry. What the cannons do is they impart a lot of morale damage. And if Keyes was fully canistered here, he might only lose 100 men. But he'd break and he'd run. And you can't have a flanking force. You can't have gaps in your line. It just doesn't work. Because they'll exploit it. They'll push people into the gap. They'll break the line. Once your line's broken, you've then got to reset somewhere else, which means sending you back to the enemy, which means even more casualties. And suddenly that canister fire into that one unit that broke has cost you 1,000, 2,000 men in terms of extra casualties. We can probably push this now. Not enough to get into the range of the prepared defences, but just enough to tie Miller, Walker, Crawley, Palmer up. Looks like they got wind of what we were trying to do and pulled people back into the defensive position. Let's have you firing on Munford. He's already routing. Let's try and get him out of there. Yeah, at the moment we're being hit by shell from Howard's battery. Can we not fire on Kemper? I think we can. Alright, need you to charge up there. I want you into the middle of them. I want you running as well. Alright, so we took out the those cannon. Good. You fire on them. Let's straighten you up. We could do with an extra unit around here. You're going back to your unit. Which will give Walton an extra 185 men. Let's get you round the very edge. Try to take out Chew. At least wrap him up. Spears. Get on your horses. Let's get you on your horses. Alright. Want you around the side as well. Right, so we stalled a little bit at the moment. Keeping 3 cavalry brigades occupied just there. We're going to send Spear on his horses around this edge, cause a little bit of havoc behind the lines, take some supply trucks, try to turn Chew around. Try to get flanks into Garner. If we can break him and get him running back, that will be ideal. Getting our shots on the side of Boyd. We must do. Good. These guys run really quick. These guys run almost as quick as the horses do. On the donk. Yeah, your command and efficiency are fairly crap because your dude's still there, but your core commander ended up getting killed. You're blocked. How's our battery field getting on? Well, they're all kind of there. Let's push these guys a little bit further up. You rejoin your unit. We're still moving into position here. Supply wagon. We've already got the captured supply wagon. That's not a supply wagon, is it? We've already got a captured supply wagon here. So we'll use you for the cannon. We'll push you up. I'm sure these guys are starting to run a little bit low. Nagel has been in the fight quite a while. He's alright. When you're into that field. Come on, another volley. It feels like I'm playing on uber quick, but no. Gone on the dock. Let's do some good work here. You're not doing enough for me. You're all still firing. Good. Supply surrendered. Excellent. Now let's press that. Right, supplies. Let's get you away, shall we? You keep on tube. Oh no. You've turned to face, which should have exposed your flank. Alright, so choose off the battlefield. And what can we do with these guys? We'll just generally harass with them. There's no way we're getting in there. Or is a victory condition? Draw. Draw is just the one. Yeah, there's no way we're getting in there. Not in the minutes for you that we've got. Well, this is strange. When you firing into Lee, let's continue this press if we can. Hubbard, you're going to get squeezed out. Let's get you around the side. You're no longer firing, I don't think. There you are. The animation's still there. And let's box these in to the point where we can just pick them off. Route some more cannons just because why not? Why not indeed? Journal Summers is killed. Ah. Rip. I'll continue to press. Apologies for that, just had to sneeze. Never get hay fever. I've never had hay fever ever, and yet these past couple of days it's been horrific. Can we get shots on Kemper? No. Underdog surrendered. Yeah, fair enough. He wasn't ours. I mean, he did really good work, but still wasn't ours. Summers is unclickable, so let's get beyond him. Push someone beyond him that is clickable. Yeah. Is it worth it? Yeah, we've got the men and the manpower for this. Let's do it. I'd like to know more when things were soft deadlines, as obviously this is. Our cannons are still, aren't there? What else have we got in reserve? Some people. Oh, come on, Hubbard. Oh, wow. I don't know what we just did there, but it was fairly good. Let's take advantage of that. We'll not squish too much with Hubbard and Young. We want to give them a place to run away into. If we wrap them all up into this point, they'll just fight and fight and fight, and we'll have to fight them until the very end. Alright, Walton, I want you to get rid of Howard. Excellent, let's press through. You get flanking shots into Boyd, and you, let's get him turned away as well. Got 2 into 1 situation here. Boyd has started to rout, let's continue pressing through the position. If we can take out Kemper, that'd be nice. Alright. Wow. What is this? Someone's just ended up on the defensive position here, which means we're going to end up in melee very soon. Let's have you firing into Hall. Let's have you firing into Lightfoot. Yes, bring you away. Actually, no. Whilst you're here, take a pot shot, camper, and then come on. So as I know you feeling sorry for yourself, but I had you back in the fray. Wood. Take that spot along with Woods. Let's bring you into that corner. Alright. Press through those woods, you continue laying the fire into Garnet. Hopefully no. Push forward. Try to get Howard to break again. We need to keep this advance walking forward. If it stalls, then they're just going to find another defensive spot, draw line, and dig in. Can we not fire any of these? Right. Someone leaves a gap. I want someone else filling it. Pressure you just there. And spears. Let's get you up at the top. Garfield is wounded. It's only a wound. It's only a flesh wound. Don't know how you've managed to hide yourself. I don't know. Alright, another round. Good. Continue to press. As soon as we take this point, we'll finish the fight. When you firing into them, let's get these turned away. Can you fire into that? You can. Good. Try to get lead to turn if we can. Oh, this is painful. You're on the way to routing. Let's try to get them fired upon. You can just go pure. Oh no. Contested. Fair enough, it's contested, I suppose. Come on. Not long to go. Not long to go. Camp, I want you back in that. Now that we've pushed them off the point, as long as we can keep pressure. No, switch fire to him. As long as we can keep pressure on them, or at least keep this line relatively straight, Be fairly happy with that. Let's not allow them past us. And let's strengthen the front line. Or you could say that the majority of our people we just haven't used. So there are some that are going to have casualties. Quite a lot of casualties. It's like Walton, Hubbard, but they're same as even. But they've been at the sharp pointy end of what we've been doing here. So it's to be expected. I'll switch all your fires on to this guy here. Come on, Lightfoot, get yourself away. Come on, Summers, I need to push you into this gap. No. Okay. When you're in to there, actually, Summers, I want you to charge Hughes, dislodge him from his defensive position, push Woods through there as well, get him running, and we'll have you two firing into his melee. Outstanding. We're getting on up here. Looking alright. Hubbard's out in the open. I don't like that, but he's plugging a gap. Can we take out somebody of importance? No. And we pushed Woods into a bit of a stupid position there. How would I remember you? Let's try and get rid of them. Let's get across this road into a little bit. Some sort of cover. I need to take out Smith. I knew there was a cannon down here somewhere. I need you running in that. You're not doing enough damage with volley fire. On, you take the place. Actually, no, it's a horrific position. Stay where you are. Oh wow. So we're routed to those cannons again. Let's switch onto these guys. we didn't need to press this for. Let's just hold this defensive position now. We'll bring Garfield back. Can you still fire on? Nope. Nope, you just hold. Come on, can we get rid of Smith? Excellent. Garfield, you retreat back. You've done some good work there. Push Kelly into these woods. And we'll charge woods forward. Try to take out Lightfoot. Looks like cannons have decided to not be a thing anymore. And we'll not press this. We don't need to. Come on, let's get a volley on Lightfoot. Nope, continue with Lightfoot. Yeah, it's not worth it. That's pretty much where we'll leave it. Woods is injured, but I did some good work there. Alright, you lot just get out of range of those. Press you forward just to take Lightfoot out. There we go, done. So that was a soft cutoff, I think. I think that's what they call it, soft deadline. Where I think if you captured one, it'll allow you to continue for a set amount of time, not indefinitely, but it'll allow you to capture the other one as well. Yep, Nagel, Hubbard, Garfield, Walton, all the good stuff. They were pretty much in the vanguard, so they were instrumental in turning this flank and then pushing it, which they did really well actually. I thought they were going to be, they had good cover here. I thought they were going to be more stubborn than they were. Couch wasn't ours. Sims was. Garfield was. Woods. I say was. Is. Sims we can talk about in the past tense. Deceased, unfortunately. Lose Lieutenant or Lieutenant General, but we gain one. I captured quite a lot of supplies. Okay. Okay. 448 prisoners exchanged for 833 additional recruits. Splendid. Let's grab
Yes, sir.
more politics. That, ladies and gentlemen, will be it for this episode. It's already been an hour and a half long. I'm starting to sniffle and all sorts, so I need to go sort my face out. And yeah. Next fight is going to be Georgia Railroad. They're down to 65 to 70k. We have lots of money, lots of men. I'm sure that we're going to do well. I'm sure we're going to be able to fill these out. No problem whatsoever. The only problem we might come across is weapons in the shop. I know Harper's Ferries are getting a bit rare now. We may well have to start swapping them out for the Springfield. How are you here? Yep. Okay, so I've been Luckymarine. As always, you lot have been amazing. Join me next time for Georgia Railroad. Until then, do take care.